What's up, party people? I'm in the kitchen. Today we're talking about how you can lose fat, get ripped without having to track any calories. I got 4 things for you. And if you're a guy like me, 30s, 40s, and 50s with kids, busy life, this is gonna help you a ton. Relieve a lot of stress and avoid the whole tracking every little calorie while still getting ripped. So follow me into the kitchen. Let's get this thing started. All right, so here we are. I'm actually making my first real meal of the day. I'm a breakfast food type of person, but I typically wait until the middle of the day to start eating real filling food. And I'm cooking up some healthier hash browns, some egg whites, some Canadian bacon, and some toast for meal number 1. And this leads me into the first thing you need to be worried about if you're trying to lose fat without tracking calories. And that is having what I call your go-to meals for fat loss. This means meals that you can eat on a consistent basis that you know add up to the calories you need in order to lose fat. You don't have to track everything because you already know what goes into these meals. And you might be thinking, well, doesn't that mean I need to track the calories of that meal? Maybe, right? Maybe. It might mean you just need to have a meal plan of recipes that you know, okay, this is 500 calories for this one, 500 for this one, 800 for this one, and 400 for this one, and that's how many calories I need. So all I gotta do is make those meals the same every time, and I'm gonna hit my calories. So the thing is, there is gonna be a little bit of homework with this first step, right? Because you have to get the meals that add up to your calories, and this can be found pretty easily. It just comes down to getting a meal plan of meals that you enjoy and making sure the calories add up to what you need. For example, I've made this meal probably 100 times now, and I know exactly how many calories it is. I actually eyeball all of my portions now because I know exactly how many pieces of toast I need. I know exactly how much hash browns I need, 3 slices of Canadian bacon. So tip number 1 is just simply have your go-to meals. If you don't already have these, well, you know what you gotta do. You gotta get those meals dialed in. Now this could actually be meals that you get from a restaurant too. It doesn't have to be home cooked meals. You know, if you prefer to eat out and you go to Chipotle every day or you go to a specific restaurant every day, just find the meals there that have the calorie count you need to ultimately lose fat and just stick to those meals. Get regimented with that. It doesn't have to be boring. These meals should be things you enjoy. So let's talk about tip number 2. So tip number 2 is about portion control. We have to start visually knowing what's on our plate. And honestly, the easiest way to control your portions is to have a standard sized dinner plate and fill up most of your plate with proteins and vegetables. I'm not here to give you a boring diet plan. That would absolutely suck. And I'd be probably shunned in the fitness community if I sold out and just told you to eat chicken and brown rice and broccoli every meal. That's not me at all. So let me show you what my plate looks like here as I'm cooking this meal. Yeah, just as a side note, Canadian bacon is like a real hack here, okay? And I cannot flip this. If you're not on the Canadian bacon train, listen, I know you may not want to go to Canada right now, but the Canadian bacon train, straight to Shredsville. That's where that thing is going. So let's finish cooking this and we'll hop into the portion control. All right, this is what my plate looks like. So obviously, got some hash browns, got some toast. This is low calorie bread, okay? It's 40 calories a slice. This is 160 calories. Got the Canadian bacon, which is basically all protein. It's got, I think, 3 grams of fat for all 3. And underneath this, we got a ton of egg whites. And you might be like, ew, egg whites. Well, I like to combine some of the boring stuff with some of the good stuff, which in my case is carbs. I like hash browns, I love potatoes. This is all carbs, no fats. Basically all carbs, got like half a gram of fat per slice here. And then a bunch of protein. So half my plate is basically protein, half my plate is carbs. This is how I control my portions. Now, this might look like a huge meal to you, and that's because it is. I don't eat around the clock, you know, every 2 hours, which I'm gonna talk about next if you're trying to lose fat without tracking calories. So tip number 3 is stop trying to eat every 2 hours and eating, you know, 6 to 8 meals a day. That's just gonna get so complicated and also give you so many more opportunities to completely screw up your diet. Fill up on filling meals, 3 meals a day. Like this whole 6 meals a day crap is honestly unsustainable for pretty much every guy with a normal career, normal family life. I would be, number 1, obese, probably if I was eating 6 times a day because my appetite would be so high. And number 2, I don't want to constantly be thinking about food. You know, I have a lot of other things I'd like to be thinking about. And if you're eating every 2 hours, you got to schedule your meals, you got to pack all your meals. Not to mention the meals are super small, so you're never feeling filled up. I'm gonna eat this meal and I'm gonna feel incredible for the next 4 hours. It's 2:30 right now. I'm not gonna need to eat again until 6:30. Like, that's a good life. You don't have to always be thinking about food around the clock. All right, so I wanna plant a seed and I wanna share something that I think will help you get past what I think is a mental hurdle for a lot of people, and this whole idea that you can't track calories or it's so hard, it's so tedious. But we as humans, we like to create this whole idea in our head that something's really challenging because it gives us an excuse, it gives us a way out of not doing the work that's required to get in shape. So I wanna make a deal with you, all right? This is like what I have done over my career as a fitness professional and also battling weight issues, right? And by the way, if you're someone who has been successful in numerous parts of life, maybe your family, your career, but you just can't seem to get the body dialed in. Well, I've been there. And that's why I coach guys, 30 and older who have kids, who have busy careers, successful careers, and ultimately are just feeling like the one missing piece is their body. So you can always go to the link in the description below, thetruetransformation.com/coaching. And you can check out our program that is literally tailor-made for guys 30s, 40s, and 50s who have busy careers, busy family lives, who want to have the body that they can feel proud of, that also looks and performs at its best. So here's the deal I'm going to make you. Track your calories for 30 days. That's it, for 30 days. And use the tips I already gave you. So number one, get dialed in with the meals that are your go-to meals, that are in line with the calories you need, that taste good, that are easy to put together. Like the one I just did. I just put together my midday breakfast, right? It's like barely legal crack. It's so good. And I look forward to it every day. Sometimes I eat it for dinner too. I double up on it, or I'll save that meal for dinner and I'll take my dinner and I'll eat it for lunch. But my meals stay really consistent. Maybe one time a day, I'll swap something out. Like tonight, just to be real with you guys, I'm making this chicken burrito recipe I saw on Instagram. My kids wanted burritos, so I'm making burritos. But it's the same amount of calories that I would have had normally for my dinner. It's like 600 calories basically. Track your calories for 30 days. Don't let your mind play tricks on you, man. Your mind wants to keep you safe, especially safe from failure. Learn how to do anything new. You're like, I can't do that, man. Like that's not for me. I'm gonna struggle, so I better give up before I even start so that I don't fail and look stupid or feel inadequate. And if tracking calories feels really difficult, well, that's because you just haven't done it enough, or you haven't done it the right way with having your go-to meals, not eating 6 times a day. Don't snack around the clock. If you're having to track 12 things a day, all these little snacks, these little handfuls of food, these little tiny meals all day, of course you're gonna give up. I mean, nobody has time for that, right? And then the third thing, start to visualize what portions look like. So if you're tracking calories, don't just weigh it out and then put it in your fitness app or track or whatever you use. Take a look at the plate. What does 8 ounces of chicken actually look like? For God's sake, don't waste opportunities to get mentally and visually dialed into what certain portions look like. But stop letting your mind hold you back, all right? You can totally track calories just fine if you give it a chance. Here's the cool part. Once you track for 30 days and you have your go-to meals and you've done it long enough, you're not gonna have to track calories anymore, right? Because you already know what portions look like, what certain foods are. And you might track calories, not even track, you might just look at menus. You might look things up when you're going out to eat here and there, just one-offs, when you're not doing the same exact meals, you flex out things in your diet. And that's cool. Like that should be part of your lifestyle. Just taking a look at the calories. I mean, you wouldn't drive your car without looking at the gas tank. You wouldn't spend money without knowing how much is in your bank account, right? So you have to just take a look at your calories, or take a look at the calories that are coming in from certain foods, and then just relax. Right? Just relax. Like after that, it gets so much easier. My homework to you is if you haven't tracked calories yet and you're trying to get lean, in the comments below, write, I'm in, I'm doing it. I'm gonna track my calories. I'm gonna stop letting my inner bitch win, because that's what we all deal with. We all deal with this little voice in our heads. It's like, it's too hard. I don't wanna do that. And that's what keeps us overweight, out of shape, feeling like crap, when all we have to do is one little thing, we can start seeing incredible results. So my friends, that's all I got for you. If you enjoyed this video, drop that comment. Let me know if you're in. Are you gonna track calories? Right? I'm doing it. I'm tracking the calories. Let me know. And I have plenty of resources for you, including my 7-day Dads with Abs diet. It's gonna actually give you the meal plan so you don't have to track calories besides hitting the actual foods that I tell you to eat. Download it. It's in the description below. It's absolutely free. It's in the first comment too, so go check that out. And if you're serious and you wanna work with someone who has been in your shoes, who can help you get in the best shape of your life. If you're a guy 30 and older with kids and a busy career, apply in the description below, thetruetransformation.com/coaching. My friends, life moves fast. Go make it count. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.